Welcome back, and your boy got a haircut. What is going on? My name is Jacob. Welcome back to the LuxAlgo live stream. I'm here with Mickey. Mickey, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Yes, after several months of no haircut, finally got one today just for you guys. Right before Jerome hops on the mic. And man, so far you guys are agreeing that Jerome is going to pump this market. We've had a heck of a green day. I'll tell you that right now. Not the band, but the market. And man, I already have the news up, but I want to make sure that we get this up first so we can see what's going on in the market. We're currently up on the Dow Jones, 224 points. Man, what a move. Looks like it is currently the winner of today's session. S&P 500 up 23 points, and the NASDAQ up 42 points. All green across the board. Hello, hello. Welcome. Diego is back. Pump Chainer, welcome back. He said Pump Rune Mickey. Janik, welcome,
Hey.
welcome. Xavier,
Punkaroo.
Tom Crown hitting us up. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Welcome. Excited to have everybody back in here with us. And, man, we're going to see Jerome live and see how it affects the market. But jumping into today, of course, remember, we had some early morning data that came out with the ISM PMI. And, man, it missed just a bit. But then, of course, that was just for November. The manufacturing numbers beat, though, so kind of evened out. And obviously today, as you can see, we had a very nice move. And, man, Jerome did speak a little bit this morning to pump that market, but we have him again in 54 minutes. So we'll see if how that affects the market coming. Sorry, I missed that there. How that affects the market coming here around 2 Eastern. But welcome back. Hello from Singapore. That's pretty awesome. Back in the groove. But man, happy Friday. I hope you guys have had a good week so far. It's been not too bad of a week. We've had a pretty decent green week. We definitely want to go over kind of how we're going to close come this evening and see, Bitcoin hit 38K today. I don't know if it came back from that level yet, but we're looking for that to hit 40K here soon. We're not too worried about it heading much lower, but let's just jump back over to those charts. Might as well. I have my stream set up here a little different. I have you guys on the right side, so I'm not just looking away from the camera. I'm looking at the camera, so got to get used to it on this side with the chat. It looks like you all agree that Jerome with the pump. So 73% of you. Good job. It's already pumped today. 38. Oh, man. Bitcoin almost at 39,000. That's pretty awesome.
Nice.
We had, the Russell, man. Massive day. Same with the YM here. Beautiful move out of the gate, man. This thing got a huge candle set up for a nice rally. And then it looks like ES is in them as well, doing well today. But our winner for sure is the Dow and the Russell. Russell up 2%, man. What a massive move. But let's hop into Bitcoin. Check us out here. For those of you that are new to the stream, welcome. And like always, let's get the stream to 100 likes. Let's do it quicker today. There's already 127 of you in here. We're at 33, so hit that like button if you're new. Make sure to hit the subscribe as well. We are going to continue to do this every week, and this stream is only going to get better. It's only going to get better.
What's up?
So be prepared for one of the greatest trading streams of all time as we continue to build this together. All right. Lovely break of structure on Bitcoin there for the 4-hour chart, 4-hour time frame. And again, remember, we have that 4-hour order block sitting up there at $39,324. We're looking for that move to 40K. We think it's going to be pretty easy to get there. But for now, steady moves. The overall market, obviously, super bullish today. But we talked about that market structure 2 days ago, how much we liked it for that continuation, especially after that BOS that we got, and then a breakout through that 37K. So, been holding nicely on 37, and now we're back up into the 38. So we'll see if we can hit 39 here while we're on stream. That'd be pretty awesome. But man, Bitcoin 15-minute looking very good on the market structure side. We broke that recent pump high there, found support on it right above 38,360 roughly. I would just say 38,400. Lovely support and breakout. Beautiful market structure. So far has kind of taken some liquidity up there at 39,000, but we'll see. Yeah, that high is 39 on the dot. So we'll see if it kind of bull flags here, maybe breaks back out while we're on stream. But this is the 15-minute chart. 4 hour, like we talked about, been very clean on this front, holding that support over those recent highs, and is ready to potentially come back to the let's see here. I mean, man, we got on the weekly chart here finally scaling back 40K. Remember, we've had that in our sight for a while. We had let's see here, we had that breaker block we were watching. I don't know if it's gonna show up anymore because we did technically mitigate it for the second time. But again, you know, after breaking this key support to the downside, we were waiting for it to come back up over the 32 to 36,000 level, and you know, we've cleanly broken that now. So long as we stay here, I think we see a setup for that continuation up to at 40 is first target, and then we have, of course, this previous lower high there for a nice retest that we could easily target. So we'll see where that ends up in just a bit. Adolf said he's a whale. Trust him. Okay, I trust you, buddy. I trust you. But how's everybody? Giannis is back. Hopefully, he hadn't lost that 1K in the market yet. Just kidding. Hopefully, he's turned that into 3K or something. Or he's just putting it away into some maybe Bitcoin, man. Bitcoin's the move right now. He said, "Wake me up." Benji, it seems like you probably bought it at 65K. I feel like you bought it there. I'm just playing with you. But, man, what a couple of weeks here. Nothing but the bulls. Nothing but the bulls. Gotta love it. Man. But let's hop into gold for you Forex freaks. Just kidding. But again, gold, man, this thing has been rallying alongside everything else, and I need to fix my my gold scale price chart only there, Mickey. Gotta make sure it's on. So if you're new to LuxAlgo, of course, you're new to the live stream. Once again, welcome. We're at that 55 likes, so we get to do 100. But you'll see here I have multiple order blocks on my chart. You might be like, oh man, dude, that's a lot of order blocks. Like, why do you have all those up? It's like, well, we, for one, like to see all of our levels.
Come
right?
speak to me.
Come speak to Mickey. Right. Essentially, though, for those of you new, are I'm going to take off the chart ones, but yellow are 4-hour order blocks. The pink is the daily order blocks, and the white is the 1-hour order blocks. We want to make sure we're seeing all those levels. We want to see ones that overlap. We'll take that as a more significant level. But man, we called the 2K run not too long ago, and this thing has just delivered $67 over that 2K run. But again, we've broken out of that recent high, which has been beautiful on very strong candle today after that ISM report. And man, we're looking like we're just going to continue from here. Maybe 2100s in our sight. But you said, no, I would never buy it that high. Yeah, I believe you, man. Good morning, chat. What's up, man? How you doing? What's up, Mike? I feel like we've seen you here. If we haven't, welcome. But other than that, welcome back for sure. But gold, for those of you, I mean, there's not much you can say about this. I mean, we've just been absolutely tearing it this up today. Lovely support around that 2036 level. Broke that high and said sayonara. And said, I mean, we're just having a good jolly time now. But this case, any healthy retracement will take into consideration, but no point in buying or selling at this level, especially if that volume is holding strong. So again, you know, that 2100 level is very appealing for its continuation, but with anything, you got already an imbalance sitting down here at 2050. If it were to come back to that level, show us that it clearly wants to continue, that might be a spot that I would mark for continuation, because notice where that imbalance lines up as well is at a previous high. So you have your fair value gap there, and you know what? If I go into my LuxAlgo price action concepts indicator, I can turn on those FEGs right here to the imbalance. And you can see printed right there a nice high volatility fair value gap sitting there. And the best part is it's sitting next to a previous high. So that's something that if we had a key retracement, we would target. And then, of course, if that lines up with the 50, which, man, it perfectly lines up with a golden pocket. I mean, it's just, that would be an ideal zone for a possible entry and continuation to the upside. So we'll see if it kind of traces back to that. But for now, if you're in this, you're flying high, and I would hold for the time being. Could be a nice move here up while we have really just nothing but room. Nothing standing in our way for now. But we'll see here, in the next day or two. But overall, great job if you traded this, guys. The daily market structure on gold was absolutely perfect. If you're a market structure trader, daily market structure was absolutely perfect there. I'm going to take out the order blocks for these so we can see it. This is something we talk about all the time, especially if you're trading the price action concepts indicator. Looking for this type of price action because this is something that you always want to be looking for. Looking for that BOS, looking for a clean change of character after a break of structure. So whenever, you get a break of structure, it's usually a trend continuation, right? This downtrend we were stuck in for a bit here. It's the daily chart, of course. This goes from early summer into October. Finally had that run, had that change of character. We talked about this several times, but again, we retested this lower high here as support. Now, if you would have had your price action concepts breaker blocks up at that given time, you would have known that this was a level. That this was a level to pretty much watch for a bounce, right? Once that loads up here, there you go. You got that purple hollow breaker block there. This is a level inside of a fair value gap as well after that breakout with a change of character. Can't get any better than that. Finding that support there. This is the exact market structure we like to see. We get it, and we rally up to that upside order block, and we just busted through this high. The other day on stream, we saw this BOS 2 days ago. Or actually, we were on here Monday, too. We saw that BOS. We rallied up. We were predicting this thing to at least touch this order block, and, man, it's done well past that. So great job if you've been holding this all week. Man, this week, let's see here. Let's get out our measurement. See how this week has done. 3%, $69. I mean, that's just your lucky number right there. Hitting a high. And did it break it? Yeah, it's trying to right now, actually. Not fully broken that high. High is 2,075 there on gold. And then Monday in March was 2,070. And then just recently in May was 2,067. So really want to break through that high. I think if we get up over that, we're going to see a pretty clean move to 2,100. So right now, retest that high would be your target of 2,075. That's that weekly high. So we'll see if we get a new weekly high. That'd be awesome. If we go to, we'll leave it at the weekly chart. Luke back in here early today. Welcome. Welcome, Luke. Welcome.
Chicken dinner.
Yeah, man. Chicken dinner. Did you say it? You said it. Hold on. You get your 30 seconds of chicken. But, yeah, guys, anything specific you want to go over, you just shoot it in the chat with a time frame. We're happy to go over it for you. But for now, let's hop over to crude oil because we've seen a very lovely sell-off in crude oil. But at this time, rejected, back on Monday of the weekly, back Monday of September, had that lovely weekly rejection off the 92 level. And we have, came off of that perfectly. But again, this market structure on the daily for crude oil has been beautiful. We've had, several times where we set lower highs right at imbalances, created new imbalance, and treated that as resistance as well. After, like we said, we like to see and a clear uptrend with really clean market structure, those BOSs, waiting for that change of character after the BOS for our ideal setup. We rejected a daily order block up here several times and came off of that perfectly. If you were to target, obviously sub 70 would be my target, but with this consolidation here, you'd definitely be on your last leg if you were in any position. So your position sizing, if you haven't, let's say you're short from the 80s, from the mid 80s, then you probably want to take off your risk, kind of lock in some of those profits and continue to hold. Hey, Adolf asked if you were single, Mickey. He's really into you.
Jeez, where did that come from?
Hey, you need to DM him. What Mickey?
No.
Mickey, what do you always say? You say subscribe for Cam 2.
Oh yeah.
We gotta get you. We need to get you a Cam 2. That's
click
like,
on the link in my profile for Cam 2.
We need to get you a cam that's behind you. We could just flash that Cam 2 every once in a while.
Jesus.
But let's hop over to signals and overlays and the oscillator matrix. Something else we like to look at when taking out a full analysis. Of course, let's start with our. Let's start with Bitcoin. I need to bring up. We'll look at Matic. Yeah, I got you, man. Matic for sure. Matic's going to watch. And let's hop into, let's do Bitcoin with Coinbase here on the daily chart. I'm going to take off.
Wijma, how you doing?
I'm going to go to, I guess we'll leave it on autopilot. But if you were using signals and overlays, we have that beautiful 3 signal. Now, normally we like to wait for a retracement, but man, the thing about Bitcoin is when that volume's there, it's there. It's not going to stop for nobody. So had a nice little massive move off of that 3 signal we got from the AI signals there for a break of that high. But currently holding strong. Best part about the signals and overlays indicator, or one of my favorite ones, is the fact that you get to just hold when those candles are green. It's like black and white, man. If the candles are green, just hold it. That's all I could say. Wait till they turn purple, or wait till you get these exit points. Again, if you're not trimming out of your positions, especially if you're a long-term trader, if you're not taking profit along the way, then you need to reevaluate how you're trading. I'm sorry. If you're a long-term trader, you buy in bulk down here, you size into a position. On the way up, take profit. Make sure you're taking off some. Kind of cover yourself as you await the rally. This is mostly for you guys that like to hold long term. It's like if you're in profit, take some away, let the rest ride, and that coloring, the green candle coloring on the signals and overlays can help you hold that position. And then look, TP1 already occurred here with this blue X on Bitcoin. It happened at 34K. If you would have taken it off the 3 signal under 30K, you had a very nice profit there to start with, and then you could be riding the rest. So always good to take off when you can, if you can as well. So let's see. Matic, the man wanted some Matic. Let's look at Matic.
What's a Matic?
You're a Matic.
I need to be educated in these crypto.
If I could type, Matic's a good one. Great volume in Matic. Matic daily. We talked about Matic before in this awesome daily order block reject here that we had from that previous swing high back in lower high back in May 28th. And so beautiful rejection, but broke the smart trail recently. There's a daily chart. So in this case, I'm kind of, just waiting. I wouldn't be looking at much here, but if we were to, just pull up price action in general, crypto, sometimes price action is better to be trading, depending on what you're trading. But in this case, it seems like Matic likes to trend pretty well. If we were to pull up, let's just say a Fibonacci, see where we're at. We're already bouncing off of that 50 level. All right. So in this case, there is a potential of setting a lower high to continue lower. That is a possibility, but for now, that lower high isn't looking like it wants to be set just yet. So in this case, you have your divergence that occurred at that high at the order block. You came off of it. Nice little reject there on Matic. And now you're starting to show that support, right? Showing that support. If a lower high were to occur, I would look at, somewhere around 85 to 90, because this oscillator is sitting already low. So it definitely wants to go a little bit higher here. before it maybe rejects. But for now, either that or you target the 90 plus for a retest of that high. But in this case, not everything is lining up here for an entry. So, but if you're holding, candles are still green. Why not? Black and white. We know candles green. We like to hold. We already took profit with this X up here, right? One signal had take profit at the X, and it's also an order block, so pretty smart take profit. But then continuation off of that as well. I don't know why this keeps moving. Sorry. Let me adjust that. But yeah, continuation, to 85 is what I would look for first, and then maybe from there we see if it wants to retest a high or set a lower high. But this current state looks pretty strong at the moment. Sol USD, yeah, Sol's I'll look at Sol. Sol's good. Remember, if the only crypto I'm looking at is crypto with volume, I'm not looking at no crap coins, whatever you want to call them. But this actually, Sol had a daily setup that we really like to see with the signals and overlays. Man, this thing is priceless. I'm gonna take off the order blocks real quick so I can show you what we like to look at for this signals and overlays type setup here. This is exactly what we like to see. For one, you have a bearish break of structure on the downside, right? This happened obviously in October, but this is a strategy I like to implement when looking for long-term holds, especially on a daily and going into the next trend for sure. But again, we had a break of structure. That's usually what we like to look for on the opposite side, right? Break of structure, opposite side. We go into a change of character. Let me redo that. But we go into a nice change of character. Then we get a high signal. 3 signals, great. Remember, 3 and 4 are the highest signals you can get, right? Then we look for a retracement after a smart trail break. Got that smart trail break. Everything's starting to line up. You have the money flow break. Perfect. Extended on the upside. That's exactly what we like to see. That means that there are actual buyers coming into this. When we see that money flow flip, we see it extend to the upside. Buyers are coming into this. Sol comes up, touches that smart trail. It's exactly what we like to see for that next step. And then we take entry once we see that turning point around below 60. The lower, the better. We had it, below 50, which is even better. My entry point is right here. I take that log, and all I do is have my stop loss either below this swing low, or I'm going longer term. I take it below the recent swing low, which would have been right here. And then guess what? We just let it ride. We wait for those TP points. We would have hit 1 TP already right there. I should just circle that. We would have hit 1 TP there. So our entry was on that turning point. Sorry, right here. We would have hit 1 TP there for a first off a 2-to-1 trade. We would have held longer. Of course, I like to take off at the next break of structure after that, which would have been right here. That would have been a 7-to-1, and then currently we're in TP3 right now if this closes where it's at, which on this daily would have been nearly 8-to-1 already for a 175% rally. Man, Solana. What a week this has had. What a month, actually. Past few months, been tearing it up. But man, that's this is, I should just call this the default setup, because that's exactly what it is. This is the default setup. Ooh, almost spilled. Everything's default here except I have autopilot on for the signals and overlays, but that is the ideal setup we look for when we do default. Me personally, that's what I look for on all the default settings. But in this case, massive rally out of that. But Phil USD HB, I'm a big futures trader. I'll look at Phil USDT, make sure that it has volume. If it doesn't, we're not really going to look at it, and it technically kind of does here. Yeah, it has volume. I'll take it. We'll look at it for you. Any exchange you want to look at, I'll just do Binance for now. Usually if it's not Coinbase, I'll look at Binance. This case on the daily here, same situation to Matic, actually. Matic, very similar to this. I want to look for, we reset the offset. That money flow is still sitting strong, right? So it's sitting strong down there. It's trying to come into bearish money flow. But in this case, we'll see if it wants to continue from here. A lower high has been set here, though, on this one. So in this case, we broke that smart trail as well. Right now, I'm sitting on my hands. I'm not closing my position just yet. I'm not entering a new position either. So this is a hold type position that I would be in if I were to be holding this. But then you have that, you have a swing structure or a structure point in which that could occur at $4.20. So if it breaks below that, then I would be looking for an exit. If not, I'm holding this right now. This is a hold. Wait to see if you get, somewhat of a retracement. But for now, if you're down here, if you're below $3.50 in your entry, or even lower than that, you're going to want to hold this for the time being. But your first probably takeoff is going to be when it breaks this point here. That low was $4.15. So I didn't save. You're right. I'm in old versions. Thank you for noticing that. The last stream we saved that, but there you go. Not too many updates from then, but sorry about that. I am an old version. I thought I saved the layout. Sometimes those layouts don't save for some reason, but I appreciate you pointing that out. So yeah, we'll make sure we readjust. So here you go. If you want my personal settings, this is pretty much all I do on the default. So this is my default setup, of course. Sometimes I do up these order blocks, but for default, I won't in this case. But I do like to come down here, turn on that internal label sizing to normal. The order block sizing as well to normal. I can clearly see it. And then for the overall strategy, we're saying that you saw there on Sol. When you come into the, I like to turn on the AI signals. And then we go down to autopilot. We want to see autopilot on midterm. That's just for that specific strategy. But hopefully this saves this time. I'm going to save this layout. Diego, welcome. ADA USDT. Let's look at it. Coinbase. You know me. So here you go. Big reason why, autopilot can be really good, especially if you're looking at multiple assets here. Beautiful money flow flip there in an extended period. So that volume was strong. Went to overflow. Started rallying up. Now look at where it's rejecting. Beautiful daily order block here. So in this case, I'm not, again, candles are green. I'm still holding this sucker. I'm not entering. I'm not exiting. I'll exit if it breaks that smart shell down here. But again, if you want to look for a nice move, we got to get out of this break. We got to get out of this order block here. This high, 41 cents there. See if we can take that out. Weekly chart. Man, this thing has just been beaten, right? Beaten from it actually coming out. So you see $1.15. Now it's 38 cents. But crypto's booming right now. It's back again. So maybe we'll get a nice movement, man. That 15-minute, yikes. Not a huge fan of that. Low volume. If you're a long-term holder, then yes, we want to see it break through that 41. But otherwise, you're selling. You're getting rid of this thing if it breaks 34 cents. But, Mickey, what you doing? How you doing, man? You just
doing lots of stuff. Some secret sauce going on.
Anything you want to specifically look at? Hey, you guys got any questions for Mickey? He might take over the charts here for a sec. Look at some stuff for you guys as well. Get another perspective. And we'll go over some potential.
Yeah, but I've gotten quite a few messages on, I think, a stream that we did, I think a few weeks ago about the horizontal line. I'll just go over that a little bit. So it'll take me a few minutes, for that one. All right. So whenever you need to do your thing.
If you want to take over, look at some charts or go over the horizontal lines. It's up to you.
Yeah. Go ahead. Flip it over. I'll do that now.
I got you, man. Mickey's gonna touch base on some things here for you guys. Make sure we're bouncing back and forth a bit here.
I'm just concentrating on your hair. That's pretty much it.
Hey, we're at 79 likes, guys. Come on, there's 144 of you on stream right now. You need to hit that like button. Let's get to 100.
All right. Here we go. In the live streams, in the pre-recorded ones, I've talked about the horizontal line, the mindset, the actual simple strategy. I'll go over it again. Got quite a few messages to go over that concept and how I apply it to price action concepts, right? I'll go ahead and disable visually everything. Here is the ES4 hour. Anybody want to give me a symbol or a pair? And I'll just demonstrate, just to prove to you the common the common thought process on anything here. Euro USD. Okay, that's first one up.
Bam. Yeah, there you go. I didn't even go over the euro. I'm sorry. We'll go over the euro as well here in a sec.
Big Daddy, my favorite Forex pair. It may be slow, but it's not going to wreck you, right? All right. Let me clean this up a little bit. Get rid of the watermark. Get rid of the price line. All right. I am going to draw horizontal line. Let's put it right here. Just bear with me. Follow with me, all right? No, that's not it. Right there. Okay? Yeah. Here is a simple rule. For me, right? For me, I am going to assume that trading is 50-50. Everyone starts off at the same odds, 50-50. It's better than a casino, actually. 50-50. Because if you go long, and if you're wrong, it's going to go short. If you go short, it goes long. 50-50. All right? So how do we put the odds in our favor? Why don't we just create a rule? Okay? Any rule with your tool sets. Okay? So hear me out. My tool set in this example is a horizontal line. Okay, and I'll come back to this tool, this indicator. My indicator right now is a horizontal line. And here's my rule. I will take an entry in the direction of price when it crosses this horizontal line in that same direction. In theory, worst cases, I will break even on every single trade. Right? I'm just losing commissions or spreads, whatever. But put that aside. I am breaking even, worst case. Hear me out.
Jill, we'll start off with the price action concepts. Check out the essentials plan. You can just start with that indicator and move up from there if you want.
There we go. This example, price broke up from the horizontal line. I'm taking an entry. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, right? So easy, right? What's my exit? I don't care about my exit. Let's let it come down to the horizontal line. Now I close out the trade. I'm at break even. Let's look at another example. Price broke down. I'm taking a short. I'm holding. Oh, it broke up. Close out.
I appreciate it, Jockey. There you go.
I'm breaking even.
Is that even better?
Price broke down from this horizontal line. I'm winner, winner, chicken dinner. Right? Where do we close out? I don't know. Let's just wait. Does it cross? It crossed back over here. I'm break even. So the theory is every trade I take on this horizontal line is a break even. Take a look at this. Enter here. Hold it. Oh, went back up to the horizontal line. I broke even. This broke up the horizontal line. Hold it. Oh, it came right back down. I broke even. All right, so you get the gist, right? So how do we turn this 50-50 concept into 51-49 so we can be a winner, right? I must find a way, like the short, I must find a way to close out my trade here instead of holding it at my entry point, right? This long right here. I'm entering here. Wow, that's pretty good. I need to find a way to close out here instead of waiting for price to get back to my line. Same thing here. It crossed down. I need to find a way to close out my trade somewhere here before it gets back to my entry point.
Big, big, big. 100 likes, 100 likes. Thank you guys for the 100 likes. Hit our goal again today. Hopefully we can get some more.
So you
200
may
next
say,
week.
well, Mickey, what about this mess over here? Your theory doesn't work. Sure it does. Price crossed above this line. I need to find a way to close out my trade somewhere here instead of letting price come down to here. What about this bar here? It broke down. Well, I'm taking a short. I'm holding it until it gets back to my horizontal line. I'm breaking even. I need to find a way to close out somewhere here. So you get the point, right? So this is what we're going to do. Instead of the horizontal line, right? Instead of the horizontal line, I got some. Instead of horizontal line, why don't we use a better line, a better indicator, right? Follow me with this one. Why don't we use a better indicator? Why don't we use a moving average? Oh, that's a little bit better now. Once it crosses the moving average, I could hold a little bit longer. And when it crosses back under the moving average, I'm in profit. I am no longer breaking even. But you know how moving averages are. Sometimes they can be delayed, right? And sometimes you get chopped out a little bit. Let's just say you're on the wrong side of this moving average and it's not a horizontal line, right? Sometimes moving averages are not as good as a horizontal line, like this. Let's just say it's like that, right? Now I enter here, I'm closing out here. Now I'm taking a loss. That is not a break even. Horizontal line gives you a break even, not a moving average, right? So instead of a moving average, can we improve on this? Absolutely. We can use signals and overlays, Neocloud, right? Because it does a whole lot better in hugging the price and telling me the trend than a moving average or a horizontal line. Or you could use order blocks, okay? Order blocks are a different type of horizontal lines. Horizontal line is just a random line I draw. Order blocks, it has a purpose. It tells me market structure. Where is that change of structure and continuation of structure? So here is my rule. I will only take the trade when price comes out of an order block, okay? Or rejects from an order block, okay? I won't trade inside of an order block, okay? That's just the rule I made. It's not some special technical analysis or some market maker's, secret. No, it's just a rule. It's just like a horizontal rule. So the order block, I won't take a trade inside the order block. I will take a trade bouncing away from an order block, like this. Okay. Or I'm going to take a trade breakthrough and rejection away from these order blocks. Okay. And if it fails, I just wait again, right? And I'll keep on trying because I'm going to have small losses compared to the big wins, right? Like this. Here we go. Here's a good example. Perfect example. Price is approaching an order block. Price is approaching the order block, right? I am only looking for a short off of this order block on a lower time frame. I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying. When do I stop trying? When this bar breaks through the order block. When it breaks up here, I'm going to stop taking the shorts. But until then, I'm going to keep on find the shorts. I'm going to take my shots. Here are my shots, right? I'm taking a shot here, right? I'm taking another shot right here on a lower time frame, okay? This shot worked, right? Winner, winner, chicken dinner. This shot kind of worked depending on what lower time frame you have. Let's just say I'm blindly taking this off of the 4 hour.
Keyword.
What's the keyword? Winner, chicken dinner, right? So hopefully you understand my concept, right? If it does not break above this order block, I am only looking for longs because price started below this order block. I mean, I'm looking for shorts. I'm trying. The second time, winner. Okay. Here's this example. Order blocks created here. Well, that's not a bad example because the order block created when this bar closed. That's not an example. That order block didn't exist. Let's find another example. Here's another one. Order block created here, right? I'm trying to look for long, Finally, I got the big one. So you got your small, tiny wins or small, tiny break evens or small, tiny losses. And then finally, I got the big one. All right. Right here. Price is approaching this order block. I am looking for shorts on the lower time frame. I don't see it yet. Nothing. So now when price breaks above, I'm looking for longs. I'm looking for longs until I get it. I got it. All right. Let's just see what else we got going on here.
Matter, I got your question in a sec, buddy.
Any other questions? Anything? Nothing? Let's go look for another pair. UJ. UJ. There we go. Here's an example right here. Order blocks created, right? Order blocks created on this bar, right? So I'm trying for short. Got it. So this exercise is going to teach you to learn how to take your small losses. We learn how to take the small losses so we can have the big winners, right? There's no such thing as a 100% winning strategy. Okay. Any other questions before I flip it back over? Hopefully that makes sense with a horizontal line, so you can apply that theory towards your chart. You can do this with signals and overlays, right?
Yes, sir. Yes,
there
sir.
you go. Signals and overlays. What is the rule? The rule is I'm only taking trades in the direction of the Neocloud. That's it. That's it. And what's Jacob's rule? If you want to dial it down here, go deeper, right? In theory, Jacob's rule is once it goes into a Neocloud, he'll fade the entry, go up top. That is a solid rule. We can make a rule where when price touches the Neocloud, retraces and touches the Neocloud, we are looking, we're not fading the order, we're not placing a limit order, we're looking for a market structure in that same direction. Here's the rule. Neocloud is bullish, right? We're waiting for price to touch the Neocloud. Hasn't touched. It's touching here, right? It is touching here. So on a lower time frame, you look for a reason to go long. There's no reason to go short because my rule is in order for it to go short, I need to see a bearish Neocloud. I don't have a bearish Neocloud. I need to look for long on a lower time frame, right? Boom, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Here's another one. Touches. When it touches, I need to flip down to my 15-minute. I am looking for longs, period. No, there's no questions. I don't care about shorts. Boom.
He's on the
winner,
4
winner,
hour.
chicken dinner. All right. Well, another one. It touches. Boom. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Well, how do I manage my trade when there's a trend change? Here's a trend change. Okay. What is the rule? Bearish Neocloud. When it touches, I am going for shorts. Here we go. It touches going for shorts. Whether you break even, where you have a small loss, it does not matter. These are your small losses. This is the small loss I was telling you about. Okay. Whether we won this one or broke even, you had to break even on this one, right? Now we try again. Now it's going long. This is a 4-hour time frame. So on a 15-minute or 5-minute time frame, this is a nice move to the upside, but we don't care about these longs. I'll let that go. I need to concentrate on my rule. I don't care about anyone else. Now, as this is going, what is this? Hold on.
He's using the LuxAlgo Premium Suite. Check out the link in the description.
Hey, look at this.
Get more information on it.
This is about 180 pips. That's no joke. I mean, 180 ticks. Okay, but that is not my rule. That is not my strategy. I'll let someone else play with that strategy. My strategy is when price touches the Neocloud, I need to look for the trades in the direction of the Neocloud. It touches. I'm looking for shorts. You make it chopped up a little bit in here, right? On a smaller time frame. Okay, I won't lie to you. You could have, right? But there's small losses, small losses, small losses. When I get a loss, I'm not going to revenge trade and reverse it and be stubborn and try for a long. That's where you get wrecked, right? You go short, you break even, a small loss. That's it. Close it out. Wait for another short. If you wait, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Okay? Let's move along right here. This is very important. This is called discipline. Price touches Neocloud here. I'm looking for shorts. Ooh, I got it. Okay, what is that? All right, to this chart is nothing. But, well, actually, maximum about 80 ticks, whatever. You could have gotten 20 ticks. It does not matter. All right. You won. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, depending on your exit rules. I don't know. I don't know your style, your risk tolerance. That's for you, right? Okay, it touches. I'm looking for shorts. You could have scalped a small profit, or you could have lost and broke even. Does not matter. Now it goes inside the Neocloud. I'm not touching it. Okay, because it's inside. That's not my rule.
Jockey
now
asks,
it breaks out.
Jockey asks, do you take profit whenever it hits the next order block, or do you wait to see if it passes through that order block and heads to the next one?
It depends if I'm swing trading or scalping. On my 4-hour order blocks, if I'm scalping, I'll exit. My target will be either probably the 5-minute order block, and I'll just scalp that. That's it. But if I'm swing trading it, I'm going to use a 4-hour order block to look for an entry on my 15-minute, and on the 15-minute chart, I am going to either take profit at the next 15-minute order block and completely close out my trade with the 4-hour order block. Okay. Now this breaks out of the Neocloud. This is not my rule for this template. That's not my rule. On the 4-hour order block, that's my rule. When it breaks out of an order block, you can use that same rule here when it breaks out of a Neocloud, but that's not my rule. I won't incorporate it. My rule is to wait for price when it touches the Neocloud. Hasn't touched it yet. Hasn't touched it yet. Wow, this is kind of interesting. It hasn't touched it yet, and it's purple. That could be a rule you can add to, but that's not my rule. Here's another rule. It touches. I'm only looking for longs. I don't care about shorts. See, look at this move down here. That's about 200 ticks. I don't care. I'm waiting. It touches. I'm looking for longs. Off to the races we go. Okay. Let's scan here. Same thing over here. All right. Touches. I'm looking for longs. Okay. Breaks out. I don't care. Touches. I'm looking for longs. All right. It touches. I'm looking for longs. There's no longs on my lower time frame. Okay. Now it breaks down. Touches. I'm not doing anything because it's still a bullish Neocloud. Comes back down. Now it turns to bearish. I'm looking for a touch. And this is the example I went over. Okay. So hopefully this makes sense. This is an easy concept to build around it. It's not a complete strategy, but you need to build around it, because I have not talked about exiting. I think I've rarely talked about how to exit on these strategies. I don't know how to exit on your chart. I really don't. I know what I could teach you to what to look for, so you can build upon it. But for your exits, I honestly don't know how stressed out you get, or the size of your account. That's something for you to need to decide. But on the surface, you could use an indicator to tell you to get out. Add the trend tracer here, right? I'll always say the trend catcher, trend catcher.
Okay. 2-to-1.
Here's an example. Perfect example. It touches. Trend catcher is still red. Right? With Neocloud. Touches. I'm looking for shorts. I'm in the short. I am holding until the trend catcher flips green. Now I'm out. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Right? Let's go over here.
We got Jerome in 5 minutes.
Okay,
Chairman in 5 minutes.
I'm pretty much done in 30 seconds. It touches. I'm looking for longs. Boom, I'm in. I'm in. There you go. Trend catcher flips on me. That's a nice, juicy trade. That's what you call a swing trade. Beautiful trade. How long was that? I think that was almost a month, 3 weeks. 3 weeks, and you would have gotten over 700 ticks. Back over to you, Jacob.
Just looking at the, we'll just jump to intermission here. Yeah, so currently Jerome talking 4 minutes here on investing.com. I'm trying to figure out where he might be speaking. He did speak this morning, 11 Eastern. So, there might not be much else to be said. I guess we'll wait and see. But we'll keep you updated on that. Probably just via updates. We're probably not going to watch it live. But definitely need to know that in literally 4 minutes, understand if you are in a position that it's happening. If you aren't, then, you probably don't want to get into one unless you, understand what might go on. But in this case, 3 minutes now, 4 minutes. But for those of you asked about the indicators, yes, we're using the LuxAlgo premium indicators. You try them out risk-free for 30 days right now. Just click that big green button there. Go to LuxAlgo.com or the link in the description. But also, we just released our new back-testing system for our ultimate plan. We have 3 levels now that you can sign up for. You can sign up for the Essentials plan, where you just get the price action concepts indicator, or the premium plan, where you get all 3 indicators that you've been seeing today already. Or now you can backtest all 3 of those premium indicators. If you sign up for the ultimate plan, you get 3 scripts that allow you to backtest, strategies that you might be trying to, work on using our indicators already. Technically, this is big for people that have been using LuxAlgo for a while. You can, go into your, type of strategy setup and see how it might go against previous data, right? But again, also, some of you are been pairing them with webhooks as well to automate the trading process as well, which is pretty cool. So if you do end up upgrading to the ultimate plan, just make sure you check out the new section of the Discord that you get as well. That's a big thing that some people don't really know about, is the Discord. You have a access to, I'm going to jump back to the charts here so we can show you. But you will have access to a specific segment of the Discord, which is pretty awesome. If my Discord will show up here. For some reason, it's being a pain. There it is. Bam. But in this case, you get the Ultimate Laboratory, which you get updates on the current resources in which you need to create profitable strategies, but also a separate chat where people are coming up with trading strategies and sharing certain back tests. If you go to your pinned messages here, you'll see ones that have already been shared. These are ones that we recommend you checking out because they've shown some pretty awesome results already on certain strategies. So that's only for our Ultimate members. So if you're already an Ultimate member, happy to have you. And go check that out if you don't know about it. Pretty cool. But those of you that are any premium members too, remember there is a strategies section of the Discord as well with already pre-made strategies here that people have posted, and we have made sure to review in order to allow these people to have them up here. We're not just putting up any strategy. We want to make sure that it makes sense and that you guys would actually utilize it. But for now, no sales going on at the moment, but stay tuned. Obviously, it's still the holiday season, so there's probably one or two coming near the end of the year. But again, you get 30 days risk-free, so you can always sign up and then wait for the sale after you sign up, and then re-sign up however you want to do it. But you do get 30 days risk-free. Just visit the link in the description of this live stream. But for now, let's hop back over, see what Jerome might do to this market, and maybe it'll just stay where it's at, or continue. But him speaking this morning, could indicate that that we know the direction for the day into close, or maybe we chop around here. But he's going to start speaking in 1 minute, so we'll keep you updated on that. Actually, let me pull up the updates here for you as well. Let me do that while we're waiting. We can see if price reacts in any way at the moment. But definitely want to see if we get any updates that are worth mentioning. So let me currently log into my news source so we can get some nice understanding of what might be going on. But so far, what a day though. Super bullish today. I think I had one trade today. It was minor loss on, I try to remember what it was. But man, for the Neocloud strategy has been quite a move today, where it hasn't even touched the Neocloud. The Nasdaq is showing potential setup here, but of course, Jerome speaking, if we start seeing some bullish action, might be worth positioning ourselves. But we'll see how it how he affects the market. But if you have any questions about a premium indicator, thanks. Go ahead and send them our way. We're happy to go over it. We didn't get to touch on the Euro USD, so we might as well go look at the Euro USD while we're waiting as well today. But I mean, there you go. There's a clean clean setup with the 4-hour order block that we talk about it all the time here on stream. This is just a 5 minute. It's a lower time frame, and we can, guess what? We see the 4-hour order block here, which is that yellow one. In order to do that, remember, we have an instance of the price action concepts. We could go in, change that time frame to 4 hours, and then bam, we have that 4-hour order block on our chart. In this case, what I like to look for is, once we're inside the order block, breaking back out, getting some type of bullish structure change. If it's on the downside, if it's on the upside, getting some type of bearish structure change in order to take a short opportunity or not. But for now, there was a nice change of character, a slight retracement type bull flag setup. And it did break out a bit here on the Euro for the 5 minute, 15 minute chart. Man, talk about a V-bounce. Same situation though. This is why we like to overlap, right? Our order blocks. Like we have two instances where we have 4 up, but we have 2 that are showing here, which is the 4 hour, which is in gold, and the white is the 1 hour time frame. Where did it bounce? It bounced right where those 2 overlap. So I mean, like having multiple time frames, order blocks up, we can see what levels might be more significant on multiple time frames. In this case, we have that beautiful break of structure into this. We had a nice engulfing candle form after sweeping that low and closing up. In my opinion, that's a great bullish candle setup for a potential bounce, and that's exactly what you got out of that. So seeing that off of the 4 hour, 1 hour order block overlay, really good sign for a nice bounce. So that's exactly what you got to completely recover that loss that it had earlier today when it sold off. So nice little trade opportunity there if you would have saw or caught those 2 order blocks overlapping, which is why Go back to that. Yeah, Alex, I can show you again. Essentially, we add 4 instances of price action concepts. In each one of these, we up our order blocks to 500, and then we change that time frame. The daily, I make purple. For me, I like purple on the daily order blocks. We consider the gold is the 4 hour, which is our what we call golden order blocks because we think those are the most significant. So I changed the gold, up that again. 500, and then change that to the 4 hour. And then for getting 1 hour order blocks, same thing. Change it to white or whatever color. You don't have to use the colors we use. But we have the 1 hour order blocks here as the white. You just change that time frame to 1. And then the 500 order blocks there. In this case, somebody asked, what is the Neocloud strategy? Well, I mean, this is something we've been working on for a while, and then back testing as well. We're actually kind of getting a setup here on the NASDAQ, so I'll keep you updated on a position that I might be entering here, but as I watch it. In this case, the Neocloud strategy is something we've really liked, but it's the Neo and the Smart Trail combined, and watching to see if they overlap and then how price reacts to those overlaps. In this case here on the NASDAQ, see how they have overlapped already and is currently trying to bounce off of that level. In that case, we like to size into a position when we touch those levels. I'm going to try to find an example from earlier that occurred, but the overlapping is key to this strategy because that is showing strong momentum. Let's go. I think the YM might have had something here. Maybe not. It's just very strong bullish volume today, so there was actually no real opportunity other than potentially on the NASDAQ right now. So we'll see. But again, it's already had a day, so we're going to see if we had anything today. But it doesn't look like it. This is the other thing. It's like when there's not a setup, it's usually, keeping you from, entering at bad positions, which is really good and something you want to see in a strategy. I was going to say on Bitcoin. But in this case, it looks like today, not very many opportunities today just because of how, we could show the strong and weak high low for sure as well. But not too many big moves today on, I could show you yesterday. I think yesterday we had a trade on, let me see here. Crude oil tends to have a nice trending aspect. Crude oil, man, what a sell-off today it had. Let's see here.
Yeah, you like crude, huh?
I love me some crude oil. Love the volatility. Man, I don't know. I guess we didn't really have anything this week. I know we traded nat gas yesterday. I know that for a fact. So let's go to nat gas. Reset here. So seeing this, guys, by the way, let me put on autopilot here for you. Oh, midterm. Since we're jumping through a bunch of assets. The best part about signals and overlays indicators, when you get multiple signals like this, you know that you are in a chop, right? There's no reason to be entering. When the smart trail that follows trends is going opposite of what it's saying it's a bullish trend, right? It's going opposite that near the end of this. You're in a choppy market or choppy level, right? So essentially, the nice part of when this occurs, you want to take into consideration that, okay, I probably don't need to be trading at this time because we're getting multiple signals. We're getting a smart trail that doesn't make any sense on the trending side. So I don't need to be trading this until we get a adjustment to take that trade when it's properly trending. Like this. This is yesterday. Like I talked about how I took a short on nat gas. This is because we got our setup here where you get that 2 signal. You get the money flow flip here, and then you get a reject of that smart trail, and then the Neocloud flips, and we had that leg down. So essentially, that's what you want to look for is those rejects. But for the Neocloud and the Neo Trail setup, we call it the Neo Trail. For that strategy, we look for the overlap, like we talked about. So in this case, as soon as we see an overlap, like we had right here, right? We want to start sizing into a position once we enter that area. In this case, The best way to go about it is when you get a flip and then your first overlap touch, which is key here. Notice here, candles are red as well. That could be a good alternate indication of taking that. But for now, let's turn off the, let's keep those on. Let's turn off the candle coloring. In this case, at this position here, what you do is you would size in, right? Take one there. You could size it again, take two here. And then the only time you're going to take, you don't set a stop loss. When you close out of this position is when that smart trail flips, right? So essentially, you're going to be taking, you're going to have a mental stop somewhere right here. You need a candle to close above or below the smart trail, depending on which side you're trading. And then you target the swing low from a short here. So from there, your short positioning would have been somewhere around here. And as you can tell, great entry point. And that would have ended up being a 5-to-1 trade for a 29 ticks. So a nice little setup there on NatGas the other day. But that's essentially the idea behind this strategy. And here you go. Pre-market had a setup there. But when you want to wait for the overlaps, something like this. Overlaps, notice you get this nice impulse move. Because it's indicating that it's a very strong trend. So that's why we like it when it comes to them overlapping. So that's definitely a strategy we like to talk about quite a bit. But let's go back to the candle coloring, bring that up. And then somebody was talking about, let me see here.
I love the word overlap.
Overlap, right? Right now, the market kind of choppy. NASDAQ not really going anywhere, just sitting there. And I guess just not really much going on. I was gonna
Happy weekend.
I was gonna see all my updates here. Let's see. Heck yeah, man. Good job. Man, that's why we're here, to help you create those strategies to make something like 1,100 or however much each week. Strategies, making those features for you guys to develop your own strategies using our toolkits. Kind of give you that easier analysis in the market. That's kind of why we make these indicators. We want to make sure you guys are getting the best analysis that you can in one indicator. And then you can backtest it now. That's the best part, I think, about our newest update, our newest product, is if you have an idea of a strategy using our indicators, now you can easily backtest that strategy with, no problem at all. You can go look back at previous data, see how it's done against whatever asset you want, whether it's, gold, silver, crypto, Bitcoin. But in this case, man, great job if you hit. Yeah, there you go. You said gold. Did you trade gold this week? All right. The 900 wanted to see a meeting between the strong and weak high-low. Happy to go over that. Are you still here, man? Because that is a cool little feature that we do talk about. But here you go. I'll show you. So in this case, you got a strong high and you got a weak low on Bitcoin, right? This is a 3-minute chart. Let's go to the just go to 5-minute. You still got a strong high, weak low. In this sense, notice the way price has rejected that high versus how it's set up support here and then continued through that previous high, right? Essentially, this is indicating that, this point in which it rejected was a clear, indication that this price did not want to hold, right? So it's considering that a strong high. When this was having trouble holding this price, obviously you're showing support, but look how many times that it tried to break back down and then didn't. In that case, that's indicating a weak low because there's not as much, selling pressure, buying pressure that occurred before it actually moved. In this case here, a lot of selling pressure immediate. So nice strong high and weak low. It could indicate that, if we retest this point, you might reject it again. Or if you come back to this low, you might break down beneath it. But if you do have even more questions about what it might actually be, you can go to our website, go to the guides section, and then what you do is you go to the PAC or the price action concepts here, and then you can look over, I think it's under market structure here. You can scroll down to, let's see, I'll show you. Where is it? It should be in one of these tables. But again, if you have any information, if you want to know more information about each feature we offer, there you go. Struggle week highs. You can see the maximum minimum levels made from medium term and swings. Medium term swings, good gosh. A relative percentage derived between the trading volume that occurred on both swings is also highlighted and is determined if a maxima or minima is a strong or weak. So essentially based on that volume that has occurred at each one of those levels, whether it's a strong or weak high. Now, of course, they can occur to both be strong as well. So again, if you have any questions, right, just go to the website, go to resources, hit guides. This is gonna pop up. You can go over each one of these features to make sure you understand them in depth. This is free as well, so if you're new, you can go check that out. And you can learn more about what you might be getting into before you even sign up. So, but again, you also get 30 days risk free to check it out and then decide if you really want to move forward or not. But as you can tell, our man, imagine here, it hit 1,100 this week. And this week, I think I'm currently up roughly like 2,000 on our challenge account that we've been working on. But for me, the way I like to test new strategies is put it up against a challenge account, see if you can actually pass it. And we switched to a 150K account and doing pretty well. So we're going to see if we can get through that as well. NASDAQ, though. Neo strategy did set up on it. We'll see how it plays out, though. And I'll show you here. We sized into a position here around 3 lots. Let me bring that back. We'll see if we can hold this price. But for now, we've been sizing into positions more often as soon as it touches and then near the lows here. So we're trying to see if we can get and retest this high up here, or at least the body closes. But we're trying to do size ins. So if we get up, above 16K 20 there, probably take one off and then go from there. But for now, we'll see if we can break out and continue like it's already trying to do. But here you go. So since we were here, our stop loss at this current moment was if this smart trail flips, right? It was right down here. If it flips there. So essentially right now we are sitting at already nearly a 1-to-1 ratio off of that position. So we'll see how it ends up doing. And I'll keep you updated on that position. But again, if you want to know more about our current, indicators, go check out the guides. It's a really good place to start. But for now, Bitcoin, break it down a bit here. We'll see if it wants to continue from there. But I was gonna check here. Any updates on your end, Mickey, from Jerome? Has he said anything?
No, I got a call into him in about a half hour. I'll let you know.
You got a call with him? Is that what you said?
Yeah. It's scheduled.
I'll talk with Jerome in about 20. I love it. Let's see here. I gotta see if we got any updates. Nothing much. We have the White House speaking. Kirby speaking at the moment. Nothing too crazy going on. Like I said, he did speak earlier today, so like we probably aren't going to see much other than what we already have seen. It's been very bullish today. But in this case, yeah. I mean, is there anything specific you guys want to go over? We do have a bit of time here. Market's open still for another hour 30 minutes. Hour 45 really. But man, the euro had a heck of a day there. My goodness. Bitcoin coming off of that high, swept that high, is coming back down. Of course, you had that strong high, like we said. Hey, Jai, I appreciate it, man. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on multiple times a week. We're going to try to get to the point where we're on at least 4 times a week. We appreciate you joining us. And hopefully you come back. 131 likes, guys. That might be a new high. Appreciate you guys liking it. We'll see if we can continue to
200
bring the best entertainment. Yeah, 200 would be awesome, but 150 right now. Let's get it to 150. If you guys are new to the stream, welcome. If you want to go over anything specific, you just let us know. Actually, let's let me see here. How do we do this? Yeah, you just missed some market reviews.
All right, Brad just came in. Let's just start all over.
Start all
okay.
over. Back to the countdown. Back to the countdown.
Yeah.
But yeah, crude oil. What a sell-off it had today. For those who trade crude. Bitcoin, nice pump, and now coming off this high a bit here. Let's see here on the daily. This daily move is just incredible. There you go. Here's that Neo trail, though, as well on Bitcoin. Notice it's overlapped. When these overlap, like we said, usually it's very strong volume to whichever direction it's overlapping. So in this case, you have the bullish Neocloud, you have the bullish smart trail. Bitcoin's just moving along smoothly. For now, though, look at some of these others. Let's pull up Ethereum, maybe. See how Ethereum's doing. It's probably pretty similar. Wow, Ethereum actually was in a bull flag. One of my favorite patterns that it currently broke out of. It'd be cool if it breaks through that high, but here was that bull flag setup that it just retested. Goodness gracious. That just retested there. So this actually looks like it wants to probably break that high, that strong high it's saying there. 2139, which would be really cool if we could see that continuation. But man, yeah. But a lot of people are getting snow now. So snow is here. It's going to stay for a bit, I'm sure. But again, another example, guys, here. As you can see, we had a lot of chop here. Notice the signals going back and forth. No real reason to be trading this. And if you know about one of my other favorite strategies with the signals and using all three indicators, this is a good indication of why you wouldn't be taking here. There's nothing, everything's flipping back and forth, indicating that we are at a chop. But look at this. This is a big thing that we don't talk about too much, but if you're using the oscillator matrix, if you see this many turning points happening at a certain level, that we call coiling. Meaning, like, there's a lot of pressure being kind of generated, going back and forth. That helps before an impulse. And notice here, pressure building, pop. There goes it. There goes the pressure pop there. Happened, and then you had a daily candle on Ethereum of 12%. And, we could have spotted that just from the coiling we saw on the oscillator and that money flow on the bull side breaking that threshold. So that's a good indication of when you might see a big continuation or a big pop in price, depending on how the coiling is happening. And there you go. Refilling, yes, I would say stock up on oil while you can. It's definitely a good time. It's $74 a barrel. Absolutely incredible. But man, this is why, Mickey, I love some oil here. I mean, this price action is so clean, very clean downtrend that's occurring on the daily chart. Lower high. I mean, it can't get any better than that. We have an overlap as well already with that Neo strategy. If this breaks lower, I mean, wow, you just can't. Even this upside downside move, what a beautiful chart. Just can't get over it. But in this case, these guys using the oscillator matrix as well. We talk about this a lot on stream. You want to see very separate. If you're in a trending market, right? You want to see separate turning points. Ones that are very clean turning points. This is 1, 2, 3, not bad. That's a clean turning point. We had to move down, turning point back up. When you see a double up like that, not as clean, but when you see these single moves like this, it's exactly how we want to see them. What you saw before was some messy stuff on Bitcoin, but here you go. When you see it back and forth like that, they're clean moves, but it's in a little bit of a range here, right? You have a nice little range on the downside here. So you have the 50 level. This was just bound to break either direction. Ended up breaking out. You met that money flow threshold there, and then it continued, right? So that's something that we really like to tell you. Just look out for clean, smooth turning points, not a bunch grouped up together like you're seeing right here on crude oil, because that can indicate, that pressure is building though before it heads lower. and it's already tried to head lower at the current moment. NQ update. NQ is breaking back out. We're currently up about $1,000 right now. We'll see if we can continue here. I might take one off here in a sec, but I want to see if we can break up a little bit higher before we take any off. But in this case, this is the Neo Trail strategy, right? This gives us a great entry when these overlap down here, and we're waiting for that position to bounce off of there, and then we'll take profit along the way. If we'll see if we get an impulse candle here. That was a great close on that one. And we'll start sizing out here in a sec. Hopefully we can get a nice pop here in just a sec. But overall, that's what we look for, right? We get our turn of the Neo down here, right? You got higher lows. I wish this would have occurred a little bit sooner, but it didn't. This is the first time we touched both of them as they overlapped. Notice no overlap here, no overlap here, no overlap here. In that case, you know, we want to wait until we retest that overlap. So we'll see if we can get a breakout here, which we're getting already. So in this case, let me see. Give us one more little push there. I definitely want to take off one here in just a sec. Especially if it's struggling a bit. But yeah, essentially what our main target here is this high, right? Is the recent high. We want to see if we can get and retest that level for this strategy. That's what we like to retest. But for now, struggling a bit. But I guess while we're waiting, we can go look at some other things. Let me see here. If there's anything specific you guys want to look at, man, YM has had a day. The Dow has had such a good day today. Gotta love it. But for now, we're going to see if we can continue here or kind of just chill at this level, because it has been trending quite a bit from here. So we'll see if we can get that continuation or not. But yeah. Appreciate you guys being here. 142 likes. Come on, we got 8 more to go. 8 more to go. We might end up getting that 150. That'd be awesome. Get 150 likes. But here you go. Here's a good, clean turning point, like we were talking about just a second ago. You got it right here off the Neocloud. Maybe we'll get that breakout. But that's what you look for. You want to see those really clean turning points. Gold. Those of you guys trade gold. And this is the gold futures, but I'll go back to XUSD of it. Man, like, whew, what a beautiful move. It's just can't get cleaner than that. And here you go. I wish, man, this would, if that had that turning point earlier, that would have been awesome. Let's see here. But from our other strategy, remember, we like to see that BOS change the character, break of the smart trail, and it touched the smart trail here. But notice that turning point didn't occur down here, which I really would have liked. But man, that 2 signal into this massive move, absolutely insane. The signals are great. There, I guess your name is Galib. How do you say your name? What do you say? Galib? Galib, maybe. Sorry if we're butchering your name, but signals are great. They're there to help you get your extra level of confidence, your confluence, however you want to say it. Just because with that sitting there, you see that first indication that trend might be changing, right? Or it's a take profit if you're short, right? You close out of your position. But in this case, that money flow did get flipped here, right? This is on the gold pair. But breaks out of the breaks out of that bear smart trail, which we really like to see, and has a bullish turning point that happened before that. So getting all that level of confluence, seeing this 2 signal occur, waiting maybe for a some green bullish candle, you get it there, and then you wait for a small retracement, something like this, for your entry point. In this case, gold was just ready to just take off. There was not much of retracement to take a entry on this, sadly. But usually you wait for that retracement, get your entry after all those levels of confluence work, right? You want to have multiple multiple levels of confirmation before continuing. But man, so far today, been a heck of a day. Let's see here. Yeah, like he's saying there, you can, if you want, you can backtest. You can backtest the signals as well if you want to just backtest them straight up. Check out our backtesting system on our website, and you can backtest, easily, right? If you want to just backtest signals, you can. If you want to backtest smart trades, if you want to backtest them together, you can as well. For those of you that are new to the backtesting system, you get 3 scripts, one for each indicator. As you can see here, let's say for like we said the signals and overlays. Hold on, this is the wrong one. For the signals and overlays right here, I need to flip that. I can go into the settings, right? And then I can figure out what settings I want to backtest, right? I can pick my backtesting window, how far back I want to backtest. But I can go in here, and if I have a strategy in mind, I can step it out. I can say, I want to just test the strong signals. And as you can see here, if I just click the strong signals, we have a decent equity curve already on that. So, you go in here, you want to filter out what you want, backtest based on certain TP points. You can set, an auto TP or do it in ticks, do it based on the currency percentage. Anything you want to do here. Hold on one sec, guys. I'm going to actually close out of at least one. I'm going to take down one here. So locked in some profits there on this candle close. We're going to see if we can continue from there. But I moved the window up here so when we're talking about other things, I can also monitor it at the same time. But in this case, yeah, you can set up your strategy the way you want. You can even use like external modes too, external indicators if you want. Like if I wanted to use the, let's say RSI for example, I could add the RSI and implement it in here. But I haven't tried to do it. The only problem about the Neo Trail and the backtest is I think the best way to do the Neo Trail is sizing in when it touches, right? And essentially, you could set it up possibly for when they're overlapping, but it's just such a visual trading strategy. So it's kind of like you can't. It's the backtesting part of the Neo Trail is hard, I will say, just because the way the Smart Trail and the Neocloud have to line up. That's where it's kind of like, because I could tell it, I could tell the strategy to enter when it touches the Smart Trail, but it might enter it down here when it's not actually overlapping. So far there's not a way where I can say, oh, when these are together, they're overlapping to take an entry. But if I wanted to say, hey, take an entry off the Smart Trail or take an entry off the Neocloud, I could totally do that. That's something I could do. But when it comes to some type of idea like that, it's kind of hard to set up. But in this case, actually, you could, if you wanted, set up a strategy where you have, a signal as step 1. Step 2, you get, a money flow flip, right? Step 3, you enter on a turning point. I could set up a strategy like that, like our other strategy that we like a lot that works well. But most ideas you can. But when it's more of a visual one base, any robot is not gonna be able to visually see that it's all based on numbers, right? So that's a hard one for sure. But with anything else, like if you want to just trade market structure, like if you want to trade a what's it called? Hold on one sec. Oh, I lost myself there. Hold on.
Find it.
Where'd I go? I clicked the wrong thing. There we go. But in this case, if I wanted to trade a market structure type setup, I could, put on the market structure, or I could put on the price action concepts backtesting system. I need to get rid of these. They're old ones. Boom. I could put on the PIC backtesting system, right? If I wanted to, let's say, go from a change of character and then enter on a FVG after a BOS, I could jump into the backtesting system, right? I could say, first I need a bearish break of structure, right? And then I need a bullish change of character, okay? That's step 2. And then step 3, I want to enter on a bullish when I enter an imbalance. So I got to make sure that, you know, my strategies are that it's set up to where it enters an imbalance. My FVGs are the imbalance that I want. So that's why you go down here and make sure I'm selected FVGs if that's the strategy that I want. But in this case, that would be for that. And then I remember on a short position, I would go bullish, change character, or sorry, bullish break of structure. Right, step 2. Step 2, I would look for a bearish change character, and then I want to enter on a bearish imbalance, or when it enters an imbalance as step 3. So 1, 2, 3. Those have to happen in a sequence in order for that to occur, right? So then of course I can set up my own TP stop loss. You know, if I want to do like 10%, take profit with a stop loss at 5%, I could do that. So many cool things you can do with the backtesting system to incorporate, every single one of our premium indicators and see, based on what kind of idea you have using those with the strategy you can. So nice little way to do that for sure. But if you have any questions about that, we're happy to answer them. But NQ today, man, beautiful little move here. Let's see. Remember, I'm still waiting for that high break. We're still here on the. We're still at that first TP that we took. I want to see if we can get back up. Maybe I'll probably take my next one off around the 1631 level. If that happens. But for now, just kind of patiently waiting. How do you get my bars to look like yours? Mine have the outline color. Okay, yeah. So, forgot about that. Yeah, I keep forgetting. So, in this case, guys, make sure if you don't want the outlines, you go into the chart settings, go to symbol, right, and you uncheck borders. So you can see the borders here. You just uncheck that, no borders, and voila, they're not there. How about an alert to get you to pay attention to a symbol? Yeah, you can do that. So in my opinion, if you were to do that, all you need to set up, Brad, is a alert for when price touches the Neocloud. That's probably a good way to do it. It's going to be an early indication if you're going to get a. So essentially, let's go to that Neocloud. You're going to want to see. Actually, I forgot we don't have the feature to touch that Neocloud yet. I don't think. But then if that's the case, then we do Smart Trail instead. So the Smart Trail, you can incorporate a extremity. Let me see here. You might not be able to actually do it on the indicator itself. You have to do it in the back tester. The back tester has the extremity. Oh wait, no, yes you can. Hold on. Add an alert. If you go into here. Wait, it is on the hold up. Let me see. If you did a good way to do it, I think, let me make sure this is right. You do Neo, uptrend, switch up, and then we do external. Here you go. So you do an external one, and you do where is it? It's on. Maybe I have to do the whole thing through a different. Hold on 1 sec. I gotta make sure I find this. Here you go. So Smart Trail extremity here, right? So you can use that to indicate when that gets touched. So in this case, what you want to do a change of character, right? And then you put in the signals and overlays Smart Trail extremity, so that would indicate when it touches it, right? So in that case, when price touches the Smart Trail, you get alerted, right? It has to do as an external setup there, which is not terrible because usually that Smart Trail is going to flip. I mean, you could even do an external step as well. You can do the Neocloud, I think. Yeah, where is it? Neo Lee crosses Neo to be greater than, I think it's 50. And then you would do the Smart Trail extremity as well. to where it touches it. So in this case, I am doing this in price action constants, but it gives you that feature within that. But definitely something I want to, we'll look into getting to where you can just do it right inside signals and overlays. But for now, you can do it within the other indicator as well, which is pretty cool. Yes, yeah. But I mean, I have a set number of assets that I look at and I just pop through them when I'm watching, because regardless, I have to watch my entries on this. So like when I just scroll through using the space bar, I can just see, you know, okay, this is going to have a setup, and I set an alert usually. But yeah, there's a way. There's definitely a way to do it. I definitely want to look into an easier way to do it. I'll mention that to our developers, which would be really nice to be able to get alerted when it touches a smart shell. But for now, you can get triggered when it switches, or it's in a or like it's within combination of an uptrend. All right. NASDAQ may be breaking out now. Come on. Give me some more. We've still got an hour and 20 minutes left here. I'd love to see a nice breakout. Crude oil. Still selling off. Gold. Man, this thing's finally coming off high. Yeah. I think we went over that before. I thought you were asking like based on what you already did. But let me see here. Why is that on? You can go to LuxAlgo.com, or you can go to there's a link in the description, probably at the top of the description of this live stream. But you can go test it out. You know, if you want to do the back testing, you can get the ultimate plan, but you do get 30 days risk free. So just click that big green button as soon as you get on the home page. But also, if you do have questions or want to look into what more you can get, check out the guide section. Go to resources, hit guides. You can check that out as well. But for now, let's go check out Bitcoin. The AI classifier numbers meeting. Yeah, I got you. Let's pick up Bitcoin and talk about it. So the strongest signals are 3 and 4, right? 3 I like to indicate as a very strong trend continuation. 4 is like the strongest you can get. You can filter them out as well, of course. So if I only want to see 3 and 4, I just type 3, 4 here. And you'll notice that 2 is going to go away there. There's the 4. The 4 signal is great for this Bitcoin for it had that big rally. And then like if I wanted 1 or 2, I could do 1 or 2. So you can see that there. Let me take this off real quick. Sorry. Make sure we don't see that. But in this case, let's see. Yeah, price action is still doing the same. Sorry, 1 second, guys. I'm going to take this off. Okay. But in this case, 2, right? I like to see, honestly, all of them. I'm not a big filter them out, but you can filter them out in the backtesting as well if you want to just backtest 3 or 4s or 1 or 2s. Or 2s or just 3s or whatever. My favorite signal is the 3 for sure. I think 3 is a great indication of that trend is continuing, which is something we like to see. Hold on 1 sec. We might be closing out of our NASDAQ trade here. Yeah, I'm gonna I'm gonna see how this holds up. If this holds up over that low, then I'm gonna hold on to it. But if it breaks that low, I'm getting out of this this trade there. It's just been struggling right here. So for now, holding the NASDAQ trade. And of course, remember guys, if you want to have that candle coloring up, go to confirmation symbol. Makes it super simple. Notice it's red here, which is pretty interesting. But it's just because it did break this structure coming down here. But in this case, if I did, gradient, you'll see it's kind of green. And that's good. Gradient's good for like, smaller, market structure here. Just because I can see, when it could be potentially coming back out of, let's say a very small retracement or something. But yeah, I think we're going to get out of this. Let's see here.
Close it. End the week.
Yeah, we're going to close it. But all right, let's go back. Sorry. To the signals. The Neo, hold on. Yeah, sorry, signal sensitivity. So this is the AI classifier. Obviously, 1, 2, 3, 4. If I can get the 4 up. Oh, that's the sensitivity. What am I doing? Goodness gracious. Sorry. AI classifier. Have all 4, right? Like we said, 4 strongest signal. 2, the weaker one. 3s are my favorite, right? 3s indicate, trend continuation, as you can see here. Essentially, what you want to use these signals are as, depending on how the trend is formed, exit points, right? Or trend continuation, right? This is a bullish uptrend. I want to use the 2s, like any bearish signals, I want to use as exits, right? So that'd be an exit. So look, yeah, TP1 on this blue dot or blue X, TP2 on this blue X, and then your final take profit would have been that 2. And then if you're looking for a re-entry, you want to see a bounce, then you want to see the next signal. 3 is a great indication of that next signal. 3 is strong trend continuation. In this case, you got a 3, and look at, you got a nice leg up. If you would have taken profit here, you have a TP1 on that X, you have a TP2 on this blue X, you got a TP3, which would be that 2 signal. You're out, right? And then what you look for again is, everything to tell you that the trend is changing. In this case, you had a 2 signal. You broke the smart trail, and then the Neocloud did flip at the same time, and then you had a leg down. But in this case, there was a TP1 there that you ended up getting off of that. So technically, if you would have traded it off of, let's say that break, could have worked. But in this case, I'm not taking that 2 as a short position. I'm taking it as an exit because it was in a bullish uptrend. No bearish signals formed when it flipped to a downtrend, so not worth taking it. Right, 4 signal flips here. You get that big pump from Bitcoin, and now you're kind of waiting for that exit opportunity. 1s are super early indications of potential reversals. It's a good thing to keep an eye on. For the 1s, it's going to signal easier. So for now, see, I got bought back up a little bit. But for now, the 1. You would have taken it off here, right? You would have watched for maybe a change of character like you saw there, and your higher low. This was a bull flag that formed after that pump, ended up playing out very nicely. Had that breakout and then continuation. So overall, that 1 kind of gave you that early indication that this trend could be switching, and it did. And then this is where the autopilot can get kind of confusing because you have multiple signals coming back and forth here. You have a 3 and a 4. Back to back. In this case, obviously, remember, if you get opposing signals to what the trend might be telling you, then it's either going to be choppy or like you can see here, you have a bearish Neocloud, you have a bullish smart trail, you have a change of character, change of character, change of character. You have multiple signals. This is not a trading zone. This is a no-go, right? All this stuff is trying to figure itself out, right? There's no trend happening. This is not worth trading. That's the best part about it. When you see chaos, just say, okay, there's no reason to be trading it. And there really isn't. Like, even if you had nothing on, right? If you were to take an entry at any point in time here, you're probably going to get screwed. If you're taking a long here, you would have gotten screwed. If you had taken a short at this point here, you would have gotten screwed because it bounced back up and then it rejected. So you're kind of just gambling at this point. It's telling you no gamble there. Don't take the gamble. But this is what I was saying about that autopilot. It's like sometimes autopilot, this is why you don't want to be using it, because at this stage here, you're getting those signals back and forth. But if I were to change to the optimal sensitivity of 17, right, because it said down here on the dashboard, notice a lot cleaner price action occurring at that time for that trade. So that's why we recommend, sometimes it might be worth looking at both. But if you're looking at, quick, you look at a bunch of assets, you can definitely use the autopilot and get into, your better entries, or, quicker analysis really. But it could definitely help. But man, what a trend by Bitcoin today. Wow. The 5-minute trend. Awesome. Alex, my settings for the signals and overlays are default, but also for just doing the Neocloud strategy here, the Neo and the Smart Trail, we're using just and I usually don't use the candle coloring, but I kind of like the gradient on this one. But we're using Smart Trail and the Neocloud on just this for this setup. But we can kind of scroll through here though and see if there's anything else setting up. Gold already touched the Neo and has already rallied pretty hard. Maybe crude oil here. Crude oil is kind of trying to. The only problem about crude is it sold off quite a bit already. Let's go to the daily. It does have room to the downside. I would always recommend, like, you do your top-down analysis, right? In this case, look, we bounced here several times. Smart trail did just flip. You do have a low here that could be retested, but in this case, intraday, because it sold off so much on the 4-hour, this smart trail retest might not be entirely the best. But if it does touch it, I mean, we might try it because we are below these lows here, right? So I do like that we're below those lows. This could be a continuation to a downtrend. Nat gas 5-minute, it's chopped. It's coming down now. Silver already had that overlap touch. It is at these highs though. It already touched the Neo, so honestly, in my opinion, if it comes down here, I might start sizing into a position. We'll see. Sweep that low. We can get maybe a what's it called? The reason I like this a lot though is it's obeying market structure. Right? This is a previous high, and it's already showing support over this level. I don't like that it's already retested though. One thing I don't like. Let's look over at ooh, this is so here you go. This is a good example. What I like to do now is you size it. Oh, did not mean to buy 10. Hold on one sec. I think I had that from a previous order. So know when you're buying a lot, right? So start with 1. Of course, this is the Euro FX. Now this market structure is not as, normally I like to watch the market structure, make sure we're good, right? In this case, you had your higher low, you broke out, and now you're retesting it, right? I do like that it just flipped. I do like that we're retesting that smart trail now. And so, when we hit these new lows, we kind of just start sizing in. I usually buy 10 on the Euro FX futures. But again, when we size in like this, then our risk to reward is even greater because we're not risking very much. So essentially what's going to happen here, guys, is if this candle breaks below that smart trail, we're going to be closing it, right? So you can see it's flipping right now. And you know what? I'm even on the wrong time frame here. I like to watch the 3-minute. But we could just, for the sake of the strategy, look at the 5-minute. But normally it's the 3-minute. I don't remember when I clicked that 5-minute, but we'll see if it bounces here. But again, this is pretty much what you do, right? We closed out about I think it was like $800 last trade. We'll see if the 5-minute plays off. Sometimes 5-minute does do well. You can see it, it obeys it pretty closely as well. But again, here got 3 minutes. I'm gonna give it a little bit more time, see how it trades off. You watch me get mad or be happy. But again, this is a good kind of segue into understanding your strategy, finding a strategy that works for you. You need, with any probable strategy, the first thing you need to do is, like, once it's broken down, right? Or if you haven't broken it down yet, the first thing you need to do is break down that strategy. What needs to occur for this strategy to happen, right? What are the steps it needs to take? If it's one thing, it's probably not that great of a strategy. If you can enter it a lot, it's definitely not that great of a strategy. But if there's things that need to line up, you can notice trades happen, maybe once or twice a day, then it's probably a good strategy. But the biggest thing you need to look at after you've broken down the strategy is what part of it can eliminate my emotion from it. In this case, what eliminates my emotion is I know when price on this strategy comes and touches this smart trail, I start sizing it to a position no matter what, because I know that it works, right? It's worked for me. But in this case, I like to size it into that strategy. Now, once I start my sizing, what I do like to look for is a bullish candle to start forming. When a bullish candle starts forming, I buy a little bit more until I get up to that position, right? That position size that I like. But in this case right now, my steps are, we want to see a Neocloud flip. We want to see the overlap of the Neocloud and the smart trail. Once price revisits the Neocloud and the smart trail, we start sizing into our position. That is the start. My stop loss is not set. We have no stop loss, right? Now, a lot of you might be like, oh, no stop loss, that's crazy. Well, in this case, because of no stop loss, it prevents us from getting wicked out, which happens a lot with people, especially, if you have stop runs, right? You don't want to, in this case, there's no stop run we have to worry about. All we have to worry about is a candle that closes to flip the smart trail, right? As you can see here, the minute a candle closes above that smart trail and it flips is when we get out. So our risk right now is just right there, a very small amount, right? I just hit exit, I flatten my position, right? I'm going to go ahead and actually buy another one here because remember, we want to buy 10 of these. So, we're still very low on our position. But in this case, right there, when it closes below that, I'm out, right? I don't have to, just YOLO and just say keep buying every time it goes lower and lower. I know when I'm out, so I can eliminate the emotion behind it, right? So because I know that rule, and if I stick to that rule, then I don't have to be upset about it. The minute you don't stick to your rule, though, is the minute you start having a lot of problems. You start holding positions through the lows, or you start trying to catch the bottom, which is something you don't want to do. But again, in this case, I have my rules. I know them, so I stick to them. And if I stick to them, then I know that, maybe I have 3 losses, but again, the risk to reward is so high here off of my strategy that, I'm losing around 6 ticks, 6, 7, maybe 8 ticks max. We'll see in here in a second if this does sell off. But then I'm looking for 35 ticks. So already I can lose, I can lose 20 ticks. I can lose, up to 35 ticks if I wanted to. But I'm not going to unless this has a huge sell off. And if it does, I start sizing out. But in this case, my risk to reward is so good that, if there's a small loss, then I just move on to the next trade, right? I can move on to the next trade, and then I know I'll get that back if it plays out, right? But then, of course, you need to understand when you're in a strategy, how many trades could you take? Like, is 5 trades in a day too much? Is 5 trades going to hit that loss limit for the day, or whatever your plan is for that week? In this case, I could have 3 losers in a row. It's rare that we have 3 in a row that lose. So, like, if 3 were to lose, 1 trade can make up for those 3, which is really good risk to reward. So in that case, he said I use trend catchers trailing stop loss. Yeah, that's good too. That's what we're saying. You can even use the Neocloud as a trailing stop loss as well. This is the other reason why I'm not a big fan of the 5-minute though with this strategy, and I wish I noticed it was the 5-minute. That's the one thing I have to, there's a rule I need to pay attention to. Is because now waiting through this 5-minute candle, is kind of rough. I do like to wait till the candle closes because you never know when it gets bought back. But what do I see in the matrix? Let's see. We can pull up the matrix. Matrix is starting to, it's extended, right? It is extended. So if we wanted that extra level of confluence, what you would wait for now, though, is when it touches this is for a turning point, right? You'll want to see a turning point on if, let's say, that was an addition to the current strategy. So we'll see if we get that, get that turning point. Maybe we'll take more on when you get that turning point. But for now, I'm not entering anymore. Remember, we want to size this up to 10 lots, right? We're at 3, so we're not really worried here. Mickey's enjoying the breeze in his backyard. Gotta love it. Goodness gracious. Let's see if anything else is forming at the moment. This is still a 5-minute. I guess we'll just wait. Come on, get bought back up. Otherwise, we're going to take off our baby loss. Oh, I did not mean to click that. Usually it asks me if I want to close the position, but I guess in this case, I mean, it's probably going to close lower. If it doesn't, we'll just buy 3 back. Good gosh. And I'm going to do that. Usually it asks me to close, so I click that and I just hit wait on the close button. But we'll see here in a second. Gosh. If it gets bought back up, I'll just buy 3 more. But we'll see if that turns back. But this is where you could take into account, like we said, that market structure can be really key. Now, you know, you could put on the price action concepts, have that candle coloring, but in this case, look, I mean, that's bearish. You know, that's bearish candles, right? They're pretty red here. Yeah, this thing's gonna probably get bought back up. So here we go. I might buy 3 here if it does. When did that change? I must have changed that in my settings. Because it's supposed to ask me if I want to close the position. Now we wait. Patience. Some water. Flip it, flip it, flip it, flip it. Reverse Neo trail strategy. Sell. There you go. So, I mean, we got out about the same as we were going to. So, there you go. We had, I think, a 180 loss there. The last trade, we hit like 700 in profit. So, there you go. That's why we do it. I wonder. Yeah, no, that doesn't really help, does it? SI coming in. I'm gonna wait for silver to come back down here. It is end of day as well, so volume's gonna be pretty dead. Silver though, these contracts are a little heavier. You won't be buying 10 silver contracts. I'll tell you that right now. I think let's see, one for a
Oh, you dare me?
you want to buy 10? One on 23 is, yeah, $500. Let's see. Well, let's see on like a 9. It's 225. Yeah, so we probably size it to two units. 23 is low. Yeah, I guess you could get up to 3. We like to look for about 1,500 profit on our whole trade. But in this case, so far on silver, we did miss that entry. If we would have taken it, I would want to size in on the actual extension to the smart trail there. But we were watching dummy Euro FX futures. Oh man, the Nasdaq still going. Oh well, that's what happens when I'm trying to go over some other things and I can't watch it. It's all good though. We locked in. Yeah, I kind of want to pull up. Let's pull up. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Bring this over. I'm gonna pull up price action concepts as well. There's gold touching that smart trail. It's rallied so hard. So this is one where it's like, yeah. But again, it might, you know, you could see it go up easily and retest that high. Gold's been on a tear today. So all we do, we just sit back, go through every one, see what she can do. These are the bonds. It's rough. Today's a good day to trade the bonds. Good volume in the bonds today. Gold is intriguing for a trade, but again, look at the structure change here. Yeah, that change of character occur already up there. So you could, you could help yourself out and put on price action concepts with this and know what structure you're currently in, like the change character or whatever. Sorry, one sec. Oh man, what happened there?
What are you looking for? A short?
I just answered your question. I don't know. We're trying to see. I mean, gold would have been a long, but again, it's already rallied so much. It's like, man, it's a tough call. It's a tough call. Man, absolutely.
Last hour, power hour.
I keep forgetting I'm on the 5 minute, man. I need to go back to that 3 minute chart. Go to that 3 minute chart. All right. But we just, go through them here. And look at that. The crude oil did touch on the 3 minute. Touch the overlap there. We probably would have only gotten one. I mean, but the crude oil, nice part is those one contract still does a lot. SI, see it, that sucks. It broke it and then rallied back. But you can see it touched already twice there. Came off of it. So that's why, sometimes, you don't really want to wait for that first touch. Japanese yen showing us what's up. YM trying to come off that little lower high it's trying to set now. Let me get, why isn't the, oh, because price action concept's not here now. I forgot about that. Let's see the price action concepts. Yeah, so this is based on structure, right? So the candle coloring and price action concept structure based. So bearish change character, you're into red candles. You want me to talk about that for you, Brad, or you talking about these, right? The triangle. I mean, these are reversal signals. Sorry, I'm just answering a question. But in this case, yeah. So the triangles, right, are starting to tell you that this might be topping out, right? So in this case, for gold today, very strong bullish money flow. What you essentially would want to see when you see these is everything matching up alongside it, right? So you started a potential reversal occurring here. This is a 3 minute actually. If we go to another time frame, it would be different. But notice that money flow just came off of this, so it's very, very strong. It's just telling you that price at that point, if that triggers, could be you could consider that a take profit point or a level in which it might be slowing down, right? When you get that reversal signal. Now, in this case, you pair it with something like, let's say, the signals and overlays Neocloud. Notice how this is just way above the Neo. That's indicating with the strong money flow that this, isn't entirely peaked out yet. You can also notice the strong Confluence here. That Confluence bar, very strong green. So essentially, you could, in this case, utilize it as take profit points because it's showing you price essentially is extended at that period of time. But if you were to trade them as actual reversals, I would really want to see an extra level here, and I'm going to try to find you an example. Like here, you would want to wait for them to occur, right? You start seeing them occur as as a step, right? And say, okay, hey, this might be coming up close to slowing down. Money flow, though, was still extra, right? Still over. Money flow started decreasing, still over. started decreasing, and then it falls off here. You get, you know, a bullish change of character, but then you get really good spread divergence there. This is your first level of, okay, this thing might actually reverse. Break the smart trail, you're showing support. And then in this case, you wait for that money flow to flip, what you got here. So it starts to pretty much give you those TP points and then essentially helping you understand when price might start to begin its reversal process. I wouldn't take them as just like, oh, I'm going to short here, I'm going to short here, I'm going to short here. Or I'm going to long here, I'm going to long here, I'm going to long here. I would take them more as, okay, this is a good point to, you know, start exiting. You can treat them as exit signals in a strong trend, but make sure you're lining everything up alongside it. But especially you'll see them, and that Confluence is really strong there too, and it's bright red like that. Sorry. But yeah, so pretty straightforward. Kind of help you analyze where I might be heading from there. 160 likes though. Let's go.
There you go. Chicken dinners all around.
We hit that one. We hit the 150 goal today. We appreciate it. Awesome, guys. Right. Yeah. If you want to, like, higher time frames probably works. Yeah, even better. It's something I would probably look into more beyond those higher time frames. What I was gonna see here. Anything showing us potential. Nothing really, to be honest. I mean, the Japanese yen here was touching it, but it's just, again, we're in this power hour state, and coming into the end of the week as well. I gotta see here. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Philip. If you're on a lower time frame, you wanna use them as probably TP points. Good indication for when a good TP is going to be taken off. But for now, man, I had a little bit of a candle there. Nat gas, copper, silver. See what Bitcoin's doing? Bitcoin's just settled off. I mean, yeah, we're just coming into, you know, the end of the day here. Volume's kind of dying off a bit. But why don't we jump over and we go over news for next week? Let's go over next week's news while we're just sitting back, relaxing. All right. I actually had the calendar up and I just went out of it for some reason. Let's see. Apply. All right, going into this next week. Starting the 4th on Monday. Nothing much. Yeah, we're good. Monday, nothing much. You had the factory orders at 10 a.m. Yeah, I mean, you got a 2-star on that guy. I wouldn't really worry about it. We have PMI on Tuesday, 9:45, so 15 minutes after open. You got a 3-star on that. And then you have ISM at 10 again. You have PMI for November. And then Jolt job openings as well. So all 10 a.m. on Tuesday. Be cautious. 10 a.m. Tuesday, be cautious. Going into Wednesday, obviously crude oil inventories like always. You got ADP. So there you go. There's your non-farm employment coming out at 8:15, so an hour 15 minutes before open. You do have your ADP non-farm coming out, so be careful. Obviously going into market open, that'll probably set the sentiment for the day. And then obviously crude oil inventories, we were at a nice 1.6 million barrels, which is awesome for the current price that we are at. We got Thursday jobless claims like always. Nothing too crazy on Thursday. I was gonna double check Wednesday, make sure we didn't have anything else. Nope. And then Friday we have the unemployment rate, so that's gonna be big. Big Friday coming up. Non-farm payroll, NFP on Friday, so that's gonna be highly sought after all next week. So be on the lookout for that. That's gonna be big. And then the unemployment rate as well. So that, and then we have pre-market. This comes out, non-farm payroll comes out pre-market, unemployment also comes out pre-market. Okay, and then we do have the Michigan inflation measurement coming out at 10 a.m. as well. So I just be prepared for that. I was gonna see if let me see, got nat gas storage. You guys trade that at 10:30 on Thursday. Because do you have any bond auctions with the 4-week bill auction? Let me see here. Bond auction. I don't think we were. It's always good to know when those bond auction hits because you usually have it. Yeah, you go. We have bill auctions next week, so that's fine. So nothing too crazy. But other than, so Tuesday, look out for the PMI pre-market. And then, hold on one sec. At 10 a.m., right, we have PMI at 9:45, 15 minutes, or 50 minutes after open. And then 10 a.m., we have the ISM non-manufacturing prices as well. So that's Tuesday. Tuesday, hot day. Wednesday, I mean, you got non-farm employment. It's another hot day starting off early. So that'll set the day. So hopefully there's nothing, into the rest of that day that's going to be too crazy. And then unemployment rate comes in on Friday at 8:30. So it's going to be one heck of a week, that's for sure. But I was going to go back, look at the charts one last time. Mickey, is there anything you want to continue to touch on?
Oh, I can go over. I haven't talked about the matrix in a while. I'll go over that a little bit.
Yeah, I got you.
How we can get everyone started with that.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
All right,
I'm
up.
You, my friend.
Cool. All right. Oscillating matrix. I know it's overwhelming. All these lines, dots, color, wavy. We don't know what to make of it. We need to peel it back, okay? Let's concentrate on the money flow, okay? Let me disable visually some of these settings, okay? I'm going to disable, let's say, some hyperwaves, turning points. Disable those. Okay. Let's see. And take away the hyperwaves. Okay. All right. So now I want you to focus on the money flow. Okay. Can everyone hear me? I think I can't. I don't think I can hear you, Jacob. You okay? Money flow. Okay. Here's a simple rule. You follow the smart money flow. Enter and exit. That's pretty much it. Okay? Let me draw a vertical line. Bullish money flow. I am taking that entry. That's it. That's the rule. Okay? That's the rule. Let's look back. There's another entry. Bearish. I'm taking that short. Okay. Everyone follow me so far? I want to get through some choppy trades, okay? Bullish money flow. Okay. Here we go. We're getting exciting here. Bearish money flow. Okay. This is where I'm going to stop because I've reached some choppy areas which I want to demonstrate to you what to do. Okay. Bullish. Yeah, we can keep going on and on, but I'll stop after this. Bearish. Okay. There you go. That's it. That's your core strategy. Now we can build around it. All right. We know when to enter. You remember my discussion on the horizontal line? I can always teach you how to enter. That's the easy part. The hardest part is when you exit. Okay. That just depends on you, your stomach, and your bank account, or your prop account, or whatever rules you're trading against you. Okay. How do we exit? We can turn on other filters. We can use trend catcher. There's trend catcher. Okay. First example. Enter long. Trend catcher's green. You'll hold it until trend catcher flips against you. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, right? Another one. You're entering short. Money trail is short. That's our trigger to enter. I'm going to use the money flow as my trigger to enter. Enter short. Trend catcher flips against you. You exit. Right here. Money flow is bullish. We enter. Trend catcher flips red. We exit. Money flow bearish. Enter here. In profit. Now you got to exit over here for a loss. Okay. Bullish money flow. I don't have a green trend catcher, so we're just gonna have to pass on that. Bearish money flow. Enter. This one's a good one. Exit. Trend catcher green. That's as simple as you can get. Create a mechanical rule where there's no interpretation. You don't need to analyze. And there's no hesitation. With this rule, I can teach 20 traders, and all 20 traders will have the exact same entry and the exact same exit. That's what you call a mechanical concept. Okay? Mechanical concepts are the easiest to learn. Okay? Now we can build around it. Right? What we could do is, with the matrix, we turn the hyperwave and the turning points back on. Okay. See, now they're back on. Okay. Another rule could be, I'm waiting for smart money flow to flip, and I will only take an entry in the direction of the money flow when price is at a discount. Okay, let me repeat. Money flow is bullish. I need price to be at a discount to enter in the direction of a bullish move. Well, how can I use that in the matrix? How can I tell price is in a discount? Why don't we create a rule? I will take this bullish move. I will take entry when turning points will flip to the upside when it's below the 50 midline. Here's the 50. I could take entry here to the upside. I could take an entry here to the upside, and I could take an entry here to the upside. I could take an entry here to the upside. This is one way to filter my entries, and we can build around that. Add another rule. Okay. Same thing here. Smart money flow is bearish. We wait until the turning point. Let me back up. We wait till the hyperwave retraces back over the 50 midline and wait for a turning point to flip down. We wait for the hyperwave to head back over the 50. Now we have a turning point down. Now we take our trade and we can exit on the next turning point up. So that's another simple rule. Okay. I use this 50 line as an equilibrium line. Anything above that is premium. Anything below that is discount. I'm just using that concept into the matrix. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. If any questions after this, tag me in the group and I'll explain further. I want to go over one more thing before I send it back to Jacob. Okay. I have a few messages on what is my watch list? Why do you not watch more than your core 4 or 3, right? I use my watch list, and how do I get my watch list? Okay. Everyone knows I love the 4 hour. Okay. You can use any other time frame for this exercise. All right. Let's just use 4 hour. I can use daily. It doesn't matter. Okay. Let's turn on our favorite at the moment, Neocloud. Okay. This is the ES futures. For me, I like to trade nice, trendy symbols, asset classes. Why don't we just eyeball this year to date for the past 12 months? Look at this. Nice moves. Nice moves. Okay. They're nice moves. Take a look at this. They're nice moves, right? So let's squish this down to year to date. There we go. Okay, year to date. Okay, that's not too bad. Now let's start flipping around. Let's start scanning the other markets to see if I have better trends. Let's go with the dollar. Ooh, I think this is better. I think I want to trade the dollar over the ES futures. Take a look at that. Nice. Let's go over to Forex, Euro, USD. What do they say? Not too shabby, right? Look at that. Let's go over to USD JPY. Holy cannoli. I'm trading the USD JPY over the Euro USD. Why don't we take a look at cable? Wow, that's not too bad. This is awesome. See, so this is how I come about with my watch list. Okay. Now what we could do, let's turn on some candle coloring. Now, this looks pretty good, right? This chart looks pretty good. 4 hour year to date, right? So why are we wrecking our accounts, and why are we constantly losing week after week, month after month, right? Peel it back and just take a few concepts, and that's it. Don't overload your charts with nonsense, right? Just do you. Just make the chart simple for you to visually analyze, okay? And you can scan. Go back last year. It's the same thing. I'm not cherry picking this year. Look at this. This is last year. Last year is even better. Look at that. Look at this. I'm just pounding the table now, you know? So maybe some of you can wake up and smell the roses. It's not that difficult. If you create rules around one specific concept, I think you'll survive every day. Okay. Any questions in the chat? Everyone good? That's really the blueprint. Diego, yes, it's pretty good. Any other instrument? Any other symbol? Anybody wants me to show on this simple 4-hour Neocloud candle coloring chart? Okay, let's take a look at more symbols. Let's go to the Aussie dollar. I just may trade the Aussie now. See, look at that. Maybe everyone's not into Forex. Let's take a look at Crude. Nice. Can you imagine swing trading with the Neocloud? Seriously. No joke. Let's try to squish this. I don't know if you can see this clearly year to date. I don't know. Let me change this to bars. Maybe that'll be better. Here's year to date. I don't know. I think we can. I think we can swing trade this. Okay. What about silver? Silver is a little bit more volatile for your day trader scalpers. Okay. Platinum. Not too bad. Got some good scalps. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Right? Let's head over to NASDAQ. Look at that move. All right.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, you're back. But
Yes.
yeah, I just wanted to go over that, for you.
B had a question there. He said,
Okay.
"Hi, Mickey. How many trades a week do you anticipate with your systems?"
Okay. I have two systems. Okay. I have a day trading scalping system, I go for 10 pips. I don't care. That is my hard target on Forex. I rinse and repeat. It's similar to this Neocloud, and I had the trend tracer in there. You know, I'll scalp it for 10 pips. I want to go for 1 or 2 trades each day. You know, depending on the day, on how I feel, if I'm tired or not, I'll trade multiple contracts on that 10 pips, rinse and repeat. My goal every day on that scalping is to make minimum of $200 to 500. You know, sometimes I'll crack 700 a day, but I'm not greedy. I'll be happy with 100 or 200, right, if I'm trading one contract. But average amount of contracts, let's just call it 2 or 3. Okay. But lately, I've been going for this chart. I mean, not lately. I mean, what, past 4 months, 3 months? This is pretty solid. You know, if I were to watch one symbol, I'm not going to lie to you. You do not get that many trades because these are 4-hour candles. I may get 1 or 2 setups per week. That's not enough. So I watch maybe, let me see what to do. 4 assets religiously: the ES, the NQ, the Euro, Japanese yen. And lately, I'm going to show you, I've been monitoring New Zealand's. Okay. New Zealand Swiss, New Zealand USD. Okay. I've been monitoring that. Okay. The concept works. My 4-hour order block concept works. I just need to find symbols that I like to look at this. Look at these touches and rejections from the order blocks. Look at this. I'm looking for a short. Boom, winner chicken dinner, right? Looking for a short, small win or loss, doesn't matter. Coming back, small loss, doesn't matter. I'm waiting, I'm winning. Now I'm going for the long. It made up for my whole month, right? That's my play, right? Hopefully that makes sense. B?
BB?
All right. Can we talk about the difference of Chach and Boss? Change of character. Pretty much means a change of trend, right? Change of structure, trend. That's all that means. While we're on that, Jacob, you can show the documentation for that.
Yeah, I could.
On the website.
Yeah. And you want me to jump over here?
Yeah, that could be a good segue to talk about the website and the docs.
Yeah, for sure.
On the Chach and the Boss.
Yes, let me.
And the BOS breakers.
Yeah, so if you go to the website there, who has that? Nick, go to the website, hit resources, then the guides tab. If you really want to know like more in depth, pretty much BOS is a trend continuation. Change of character is if the trend is potentially changing, right? But if you want to know even more, you can go into that documentation, hit the price action concepts, click market structure here, and then it tells you Chach here. What a Chach is, what a Chach Plus is, right? Chach is leading. Chach Plus is supported. And then BOS tells you break of structure can be thought as the opposite of the Chach, with the BOS being characterized as by price breaking a prior swing high during an uptrend, thus forming a newer higher high, or price swing low during a downtrend, thus forming a newer lower low. So essentially, this is just, you can see as the trend continues and structure continues to properly move in an uptrend form. You got it. It's literally just continuing that trend. So he said, I'm old. Gosh. He's an old man. But in this case.
Oh, you guys don't even know.
Goodness gracious. Well, welcome, best YouTubers. Interesting name there. 175 likes though. Thank you guys. 175 likes. That's awesome. I think that's close to the highest we've had. I think the first stream we had like 200 to 300, but
Oh yeah, ring the bell. We need more cowbell.
let's get to 200 next stream for sure. 200. We're about 20 minutes, 22 minutes from close here. Probably going to end up coming off of it here shortly. But overall, heck of a day across the market. We can look at the current updates here. As you can see here, the Dow Jones, 264 points. Man, what a day. Almost a full percent. SP 500, 24 points. NASDAQ, 67 points. 0.5% on both of those. So our Dow Jones average is the winner. It looks like YM as well is up there, about the same. But the Russell actually be the overall winner. Russell with over 2% of a move today. Absolutely massive move on the E-mini Russell. So great job if you traded any of those today. Gold up 1.6%. If we hop over to our current setup here, we can look at the as you can see, Dow Jones 0.74%. So winner on that one for sure. But commodities, crude oil down 2%. So go stock up on that gasoline while you can. Natural gas coming down, which is good. Obviously, we're all using our heating now with the cold fronts coming through. There you go. Gold 1.4%, $29 on the price. We're looking for that 2100 price coming probably either early next week or maybe hopefully by the end of next week. Silver following, copper as well following. Copper actually beating gold on the day, which is pretty big. And if you trade soybeans, well, you're down 1.3% today. Bonds had a decent day as well. The 10-year note up almost a full percent there, which is good. Then stocks, the winners, well, let's say the high cap stocks. Apple green on the day. Tesla down a bit. Amazon green on the day. And then Netflix down 1.65%. I'm curious. Actually, I guess we could look up the losers and winners as well if we wanted to. Let's go to stocks here. Not pre-market. Let's do. There you go. Actually, hold up. Usually pre-market can bring it up, but I think that was just going to be that pre-market moves from Pfizer. I'm assuming this is all just the pre-market. These weren't updated. It's probably Pfizer's, yeah, down 5% now. All right. Well, overall, not that bad of a day. Very, very bullish on the overall indices here. We had, the 273 points on the Dow is incredible. But again, we're saying the Russell up over 2.5%, man. Massive move. Let's go see. Again, LuxAlgo.com. You can get 30 days risk-free now if you go to the main website. 30 days risk-free. Stay tuned for a potential sale coming in end of the year as well. But if you our biggest sale did just occur Black Friday. It only happens once a year. We go as discounted as we did. That's only gonna happen on Black Friday, so don't expect a sale like that again until next Black Friday. But we did release a new product, and that is our backtesting system. You can now backtest all 3 of our premium indicators right on your chart. Makes it super easy. We do have a full video on that on the YouTube channel as well that you can watch, about 14-minute video. So we go in depth on each one of those backtesting systems to make sure you understand how to use them. We also, if you do sign up for Ultimate, you have a separate community or separate section of the Discord that's strictly for our Ultimate members that has backtesting posts that we have considered to be, good backtests that you can end up copying yourself and also discussing, with others if you find a backtest system that you like yourself. But we giving you guys this to test your strategies. And a lot of people have found some really awesome strategies. So if you are an Ultimate member, make sure to check out the Discord, because there's a lot of pinned back tests already in there that can kind of help get you started. If not, again, you can join 30 days risk free. You'll still get access to the Discord as well during that 30 days. So you can check out some strategies and test it out before you fully join the team. But again, we're here streaming with you guys as much as we can. We do exclusive events in the Discord as well. So we'll be having a back testing 101 stream at some point. We'll keep you updated on that. But yeah, for now, again, if you had questions about automating, once you create a profitable back tester, well, you can do that. You can automate these trades with any broker that allows automation, or you can use IFTT or Zapier, Telegram, Discord, any third-party automation software that uses. I think Binance allows it, and then I think, well, there's other brokers that do allow some webhook trading. I know Traders Post does too, so you can automate a system if you wanted to, which a lot of people have been doing, which is pretty cool to see. But a lot of potential, a lot of things you can discover by utilizing the back testing system. So go check that out. LuxAlgo.com. Click, if you want to actually look at the page, click products and then back testing system. But also, I forgot to mention this earlier, we do have a indicator library here. If you want to check out some of our free indicators, you can. We've just released some target indicators for there's an overlay one as many, and then we just released one that's called targets for many indicators. Obviously you can see here that was on November 29th. This was November 28th. We're releasing new free indicators every single week, so stay tuned to our library page on the website. If there's any indicator you've thought of, we might have developed it. So go in here, check out the categories we have. We have volume, indicator ones, or signal ones, forecasting ones that might help with predicting the upcoming moves, money management, candlestick pattern type indicators, trailing stop volatility, all types. And best part is some of them are available on other platforms like Thinkorswim or MetaTrader or NinjaTrader or even TradeStation. But so TradeStation, we haven't released any yet. Actually, we haven't updated them, but definitely on these other platforms. So you can click on Thinkorswim, see which ones are available on there. Eventually, all of them will be available on each one of these platforms for you guys. So stay tuned for that. But again, any new ones that release will only be available on TradingView. But again, you see more details, just click the see details buttons. And then, of course, if you want to see, our premium ones, you can click premium, check out the back testing systems and the one indicators we've been going over today as well. But yeah, lots of fun stuff on the website that you can play with, try out for free, read about for free, as well as test for 30 days risk-free. So go check that out, LuxAlgo.com. But other than that, guys, next week, remember, we have, pretty heavy news week. Look at that one more time for you. We'll just type next week. But starting on, it's Tuesday to Wednesday are the most important days. And then, let me see here. Yeah, because we have PMI pre-market, and then we have the ISM as well. He said, watching from Kenya. I want to thank you for that free SMC indicator. It really changed my trade. You're awesome. Well, you are very welcome, man. We appreciate you tuning in from across the world. That's pretty awesome. And all of you that are in other parts of the world as well, thank you for tuning in. So, again, though, next week, crude oil inventories Wednesday, like always. And then I know we had some big report, I think, on Thursday as well. Yeah, we have the jobless. Oh, yeah, it was Friday, actually. Friday, big day next week. We have the non-farm payroll and then the unemployment rate. So, again, next week's going to be a fun week going into the end of the year. So, volatility likes to increase that end of the year. But overall, thanks for tuning in, guys. I think we're going to leave it at that. Mickey, what you think?
I think it was a good week,
Oh, yeah.
Time to rest,
Great
take a
week.
breather, and get back to studying the charts over the weekend.
Exactly. Yeah, honestly, guys, have a great weekend. whatever you're doing, relaxing, traveling. You know, I don't know what you guys do on your weekends, but don't look at the market. Just take a break. You don't have to look at it every single day of your life, every single minute. Enjoy your life. The market's here to allow us to enjoy our life, 10 times as more as any average 9-to-5 job. So if you are wanting to become that, full-time trader, just key thing to take away is be patient. Let the strategy set up. Take all your emotions away from every trade you enter, and just, make sure that you're having proper risk management. That's pretty much what we're going to leave you guys with. But Mickey, anything else you want to leave them with? That's about all I got.
Focus.
Yes.
Trade management. That's it.
Trade management. If you feel like you're taking too many trades, well, you probably aren't taking too many trades. So find that system that works for you. Different systems work for everybody. Everybody has to have a system that works for them. Not my system's not going to work for some people. Nikki's system's not going to work for some people. Fame's system's not going to work. Bees, Diego, Andrew, all you guys that tuned in, you all going to have to try to find your own systems that work for you. But in this case, hopefully we've at least guided you in the direction that helps you. And if you have questions about developing your own system, let us know. Join the Discord. It is free. We have a free section. We've combined the channels so we can all hang out, trade together every single day. But other than that, guys, have a good weekend. And we will see you on Monday. That's right. Next weekday, we'll be right back at it. We love Mondays. So we'll see you on Monday, and have a good weekend.
Later.
Peace.